come right in the lower, and I tie it from this side. That way it's already in the lowering position. I don't have to jump the munter. Okay? So I can just use munter hitch. What's a good application of using munters for lowers?
You can easily tie. You can mule it and fix the line easily, or?
Well, I could do that with a plate too.
Okay.
But I mean, more like what type of terrain might I be doing munter lowers?
Low end, yeah.
Yeah, maybe low angle or short little lowers. You know, if you're good with munter hitches, there's no reason you can't do long lowers as well. But unless you're really good and learn how to work the twists into a munter, you will twist your rope a little more, for sure. But that's oftentimes just not understanding how the munter works and feeding those twists in. Okay, so munter hitch. What about backing up lowers? Let's talk about backups now.
Yeah, you're gonna need a backup for that.
Always?
Yes.
100%.
Well, I mean not always, but in that application, you need a backup.
How come? I'm just sending her 20 feet down there.
There's nothing about it.
Yeah, you don't know.
So I have to do it.
You have to do it. I think you have to do it.
What does everybody else think? It's like, is this an AMGA rule? If I get caught lowering without a backup, I'm going to get a marginal on my exam.
Only if they get caught lowering me without
Well, let's say if B lands on you and you go to swat it and you drop the rope.
What about if you're doing a 20-foot, let's say a 20-meter lower in low angle terrain, and you do use a backup, and I give you a marginal for that? Why might I give you a marginal for using a backup?
Well, it's really
Paul, you're an SPI, right?
Yeah.
So you set up top ropes?
Yeah.
When the client comes up, gets to the top, tags the chain, what do you do?
Oh, we lower them off with 2 hands. That's right. Okay, guys. Never mind. I see you guys are playing me. Got it.
No, you were playing yourself.
Oh.
So there's no rule. What I would say is, like, a good foundation is to use backups.
Right.
And then if there's a compelling reason not to use a backup, consider not using it, just depending on the terrain.
Yeah.
Oftentimes a backup for rappelling or lowering might really inhibit the quality of experience, and there's no compelling safety reason to add one. If you've done a nice clean stack,
Right.
no overhead hazard, there's no bees nests right around the vicinity, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So it's not a rule. There's no rule that we're like, you got to use backups. We really want to try and break that process of people thinking that way. Look at the terrain and make good decisions. If we're doing steep lowers through complex alpine terrain and there's loose rock and snow and whatever, like we're tired late in the day, yeah, throwing those backups on is a really great idea. What are some other just technical solutions for lowering? Some other ways I could lower?
A redirected device.
Okay, a redirected plate.
Yep.
Something like that. Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
How many people take their redirect up high into the shelf?
I like to.
How come?
Just because it separates it more.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and load that?
Oh yeah, well, that's another.
Plenty of separation. There's no reason why you going up necessarily up high is wrong, but what you tend to do is you tend to get a running rope over your soft goods.
Okay.
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 So come back in. And you don't even need a different size carabiner. As long as they're the same size, and this one's not bigger, the redirected plate works just fine.
Yeah, what about redirecting to the same?
Okay, we'll do that next. So go ahead and load that in. See how it creates plenty of redirect. And now I don't have a rope running up over soft goods.
Okay.
Go back in. hopefully on this course, once we get out up in the hills in the coming days, we'll be doing lots of lowers. So that, load that. Another quick redirect, looks great. Marginal.
NP, but that's another story.
That would be.
I do find this, depending on how, sometimes it'll roll onto your device funny and you have to keep fixing it.
Okay.
It will get a little twisting.
Right.
So just kind of watch how you set it up. What are some other any other quick variations you guys want me to cover?
Super?
What's that?
Super?
Oh, jeez.
The super mentor.
I'm not sure if I can tie it.
Yeah. Here.
You want me to do it?
Let me just see if I can do it. Did that?
Yeah.
Oh, so you tie it on one side, then you come from your back side and do the same loop.
So the super munter. And I think like Mark uses this quite a bit.
I use it quite a lot.
And to be honest, just in my guiding repertoire, I almost never use this.
I use it for lowering two people down things like big cane face or something.
Okay, but how often are you guiding the clean face?
Not very often these days, but I did do it quite a few years.
What are the advantages of the supermotor?
Well, it gives you a lot more friction.
More friction. Yeah.
It's good for two clients. You can't lower one client.
Not enough weight.
What about this?
Unless it's a really big client, maybe.
Yeah. I've used it quite a lot for lowering down clients.
Mark might have to help me on this one.
Read up because it's favorite thing for laying in clients.
I don't do a lot of lowering with the Gigi.
I'm not even sure if I'm doing it right. To be honest. It can work.
That's it.
And I could probably set it up. What's the best way to do lowers on these, Mark? Just help me out. 'Cause I don't
use the Gigi very much to lower.
Farmer, do you know?
As much.
And that would work. Basically just a plate.
It's a redirected plate.
So,
Yeah.
That was being too close. I want to get this one.
That's what?
I want to get that one.
I'll sell it to you.
Little-
Sell it for a good price.
Okay, so some other things, some really important considerations is a clean stack. If you're going to do lowers, you've got to have a clean stack to work off of. What about closing the end of the rope?
Yes.
I think that's really it. Questions on lowering? We'll be doing a lot of lowers on this program. We're not going to have you guys go practice this here, so we don't have to train in. It just doesn't make sense. So, yeah.
Maybe this is something that like might be able to get worked in at some point, but it would be helpful for me at least to look at doing lowers in a team guiding scenario where you're trying to set up parallel lowers and you can have people meeting clients at the next anchor point. Does that make sense? Like the most efficient way to manage that.
Okay.
Really good on snow
Flip,
slides.
like to flip ropes for lowers, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That would be super helpful.
How far are we going to delve into the lower? Like tandem lowers, like two people tied in?
Yeah, not really so much on this course.
Okay.
Yeah, just some basic tools to get through this. The more where we want to go with it is like, go ahead and clip in here. Alright. Is solutions for I'll just do one, two,
Where do you do
So say we're, we're cruising down the South Arrette, and we get to a spot where we're going to do a lower down to the next big ledge. I've got my folks on 2 ropes. Pretty big ledge here. Just some quick solutions for getting down. We want to try and avoid lowering 2 people at once, unless there's a really good reason to do that. You got a lot of load on a single rope. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward. So, you know, reasons would be lightning or big storm. You know, something really important. You know, a real sense of urgency to get them down quick. In general, 1 at a time is where we want to go. So let's say we get to this ledge. I'm going to send down Anna first. Oftentimes what I might do is just throw in my munter. Let's just say I'm not going to use a backup for this one. Paul, can you just go ahead and sit right there for me on that little spot? Go ahead and unclip. And you do just like that. Pop this out. Go ahead and lower Anna down. Yeah, right there to that big ledge. Can you just go ahead and have a seat, Anna? You know, sitting creates a lot of security, right? Flip in. Lock that real good. Okay, I got you. Gab down. Lower down, Paul. Why don't you go ahead and have a seat too? All right. Awesome. You know, then I can find a way to get down, whatever that is, whether it's some sort of rappel or a down climb or whatever it is. But just quick, elegant solutions to get people out of the rope, lower one person, get the next person in. There's no reason to pull the rope back up. Just put, you know, like these short little lowers, throw them on a bite knot, send them down. Those are the kind of things we really want to get you guys to think about on this program. Just quick,